Hi guys, it's Alyssa again, and today I will be sharing with you my experience in Vietnam. And this has been 9 years ago. I was still 15 though. That was a month before I turned 16. So that was in February 2010. So I started off in Ho Chi Minh and then went to Cu Chi Tunnel, followed by Hanoi, and finished in Ha Long Bay. And this again was a school trip. So let's start with Ho Chi Minh. It was, I remember, was quite warm. I think maybe 30 degrees Celsius, so it was pretty nice. And the city itself was really nice. It was pretty clean and really developed. Like, there were a lot of skyscrapers, a lot of expats. I can tell that it's a business district. And I visited the Notre Dame Church of Saigon, and that was pretty nice. I don't have a photo of the inside. I think we were not allowed to take photos there, so I just took a photo of the outside. And well, we did have the time to sort of explore, and so I went to, I think, the post office. At that place somebody thought I was Vietnamese. So, like, a lady spoke Vietnamese to me. I went to the Independence Palace, so that had a few historical sites and displays, and yeah, that was pretty interesting to see. I also went to the War Remnant Museum, so that was really sad. That was quite grim. A lot of uncensored photos of bodies. Yeah, I just don't want to be too graphic, but yeah, it just didn't look really nice. Obviously, it's a war museum, but also they were displaying some unborn fetuses, and a lot of them were like mutated, and yeah, it was not a really nice sight. But yeah, that's for us to learn that, yeah, war isn't glorious. So yeah, we went there because the part of the trip was for history as well. We were learning about the Vietnam War, so yeah, that's why we went there. So after that we went to Cu Chi Tunnels, and that was a bit of like a shocker to me. Apparently the tunnels were already enlarged, so when we were inside it was still so small. I banged my head several times, and I was not a big person. Like, I'm pretty short. I'm about 153 centimeters tall, so that's like 5 feet. So like, I'm pretty short, yet I still bang my head all the time, and it was really uncomfortable. I had to crawl inside to navigate, and if there's a person in front of you, you gotta be thin enough to kind of pass through, because the tunnel's really small. Apparently, back at the time when the war was on, that was how people lived. Like, apparently the schools and hospitals, everything, all facilities were underground. So I can't believe, like, how did they do that? That's crazy. I was suffering in there for, I don't know, 10 minutes, but these people have lived years down there. Like, I can't do that. Yeah, that's crazy. And it was smaller at that time. The tunnels were smaller at that time. So yeah, that was quite an eye-opener. So after that we flew to Hanoi. For me, Hanoi was like a big market. It didn't seem like a capital city. I felt like Ho Chi Minh would be more suitable for a capital city. That's my opinion. In one day, I remember having seen about 3 thefts, like in the middle of the street. Like a man running from a shop, and the lady, like the shopkeeper, yelling like, "Hey you," like, I don't know, it was in Vietnamese, but something like, "You get back here," no, you know, just like drama. There was so much drama going on. I was a bit intimidated. And well, at one point when we were walking down the street, it was there was me and my classmates and the teacher. And obviously, well, having studied at an international school, my teacher, well, my classmates, my teachers are all international people, so it's obvious that we're foreigners. So at one point my spidey senses were tingling and I felt that we were being stalked. I felt that there was a guy. I remember he had a jacket, like a black leather jacket. He put both his hands inside his jacket's pockets, and we were just being followed. I felt it. So I told my teacher quietly that I think we're being stalked. So she kept calm and she told everyone, again, like calmly, guys, Alyssa says that we're being followed, so let's enter this next shop and wait in there. So we did. We entered the shop and it was a really lovely place. They were selling clothes and fabric cloth, so that was lovely. I felt kind of bad for the shopkeeper that, you know, he it's kind of like false misunderstanding where he probably thought we were customers trying to buy something. So there was an angle in the shop where I could stand and see outside, and indeed I saw that same man standing in front of the shop waiting for us, like literally like a, you know, like a cat waiting for the mouse to come out of the hole. I told everybody, like, yeah, he is waiting out here for us. So we just remained there as long as we could until that guy finally walked away. So that was a bit of a scary experience, but it could have been worse, right? It could have been worse. So I thought, okay, I'm glad that I told my teacher about it. Yeah, so well, all in all, none of us got anything stolen. Also, one day I was just walking in the market, and then there was this lady. She had a carrying pole with fruits. She pushed me to buy bananas and I refused. So she decided to put the carrying pole on me, on my shoulders, and put her hat on my head so that my friend could take a picture of me. I didn't ask for it. So once my friend took a picture of me, she was really pushy and asked for money, which of course I didn't expect. So yeah, I refused. I kept refusing. She was really pushy, but in the end I just walked away without paying. So we also went to see the puppet show. They have like a water puppet show. That was cute, but it was all in Vietnamese. So none of us understood a thing. There was no subtitle, no translation, nothing. It was just puppet, like just some actions and music. Yeah, some nice spectacles. I honestly think I've lost interest after the first 10 minutes because it was all Vietnamese. I just couldn't understand, even though I tried to decipher from the acting and whatever they had that we could see and hear, but yeah, well, I just had to stay there until the end of the show. It took quite a while. I think maybe it was like 1 hour, I don't know, but yeah, it was all Vietnamese. I don't know if they have English versions or not now, because it has been 9 years. Oh well, we did have a tricycle ride in Hanoi, so that was a nice experience. The guys who were cycling were pretty nice, and yeah, that was a fun experience. We sat in front and the guy would be behind us cycling. So that's something I've never done. Like in Thailand we have a tricycle too, but the cycler would be in front and the passenger would sit at the back. So yeah, that's kind of a new experience, so that was lovely. We also went to a place called Cao Dai temple. So there is this religion in Vietnam called Cao Daism. So this religion is sort of like a combination between Buddhism, Taoism and Confucianism. So it was another interesting trip. When we reached there, they were having a prayer, and that was an interesting sound. I recorded it, but I've lost the file. I'm sorry. Last but not least, we went to Halong Bay, which was beautiful. Even though it was February and the weather was not perfect, it was still really nice. There were so many limestone islands. I don't know what you call those, but yeah, limestones all over the ocean, and a lot of caves. We also had the chance to enter one of the caves where they had lights with different colors, so it was a really lovely experience. I think that was our favorite part of the trip for all of us. So we had like a boat, maybe you could call it a cruise, I don't know, but we were on this fairly big boat, and yeah, we had like a little tour around Halong Bay. So that was really lovely, and I would say that's a nice ending to the whole trip. We then returned back to Bangkok after that. So the last thing I want to talk about, which I haven't mentioned, is food. So for food, I would say I'm not really a fan of Vietnamese food. Sorry. I do believe that a lot of the food is pretty healthy, so I feel really unlucky that I don't like vegetables so much, but it has a lot of vegetables, a lot of noodle soup and spring rolls. I saw spring rolls everywhere, so so that's like a common food there. So like mostly greens and noodles and spring rolls. I might be wrong though, but that's the kind of food I got most of the time during my trip there. I spent 1 week there, so yeah, 7 days, so that's quite a few meals. Yeah, so that's all for my experience in Vietnam. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it's helpful. And if you like this video, please do subscribe to this channel for more, and click the bell also to not miss out on any videos. Feel free to comment, ask questions, hit the like button, and see you guys next time. Thanks and bye!